Hey everybody, Mr. Wallowitz here. Hope everyone's doing well. In these notes, I want to talk less about the political or economic makeup of the 1920s, but more the social makeup. We will see a blend here of modern and traditional values, as well as a lot of leisure activities that we kind of take for granted today exploded in popularity in the 1920s. Here we have a new culture. Culture of consumption. With the discovery of new energy sources and manufacturing technologies, industrial output flooded the market with a wide range of customer goods. Christine Frederick offered American businesses a new model to market these new consumer products so that supply would not outpace demand. It had been estimated that 90% of household expenditure were from women. So Frederick is going to lay out her plan for American businesses and the American businessman to not market products towards men, but to market products towards women. Since women were going to be the ones spending the money, it made sense to market and advertise to them. Retail department stores stood at the center of this consumer revolution. In these retail department stores, the consumer could purchase shirtwaists and gloves, toy trains, and wash basins. They also employed other innovations in service like access to restaurants, waiting rooms, and even babysitting. The new automobile industry became successful in large part due to the ability to buying on credit. Being able to get and use credit saw consumer expenditure rise by 120% by the end of the 1920s. So this idea that you could spend money that you didn't have as long as you paid back the money later when you did have it exploded. A lot of people, the purchasing power wasn't so much built up in the middle and upper classes, but now working and lower class citizens could purchase. Could buy the extravagant gift by being fronted the money now and paying it back over time. Unfortunately, there would become a problem with that by the end of the decade, but that is for another notes session. A culture of escape. Automobiles, film, and radio shaped the popular culture of the 1920s. With the automobile, going on vacation became more and more popular. Women started to feel freer by being able to drive themselves to their or their children's activities. The movie industry exploded in the 1920s as more people started to escape the real world for a few hours. The idea of going on vacation wasn't new for, again, the middle and upper classes who could afford to do these things, but now with the automobile and being able to buy one on credit, the working and lower classes can take time off of work to go into the countryside, get away from the city, go on vacation. Something I think that very many Americans today take for granted a little bit, that we have this ability over the summer to get away from the city and go relax somewhere, whether it's at the beach or at the lake or in the mountains or somewhere. That ability is there, and it gets its start in popularity in the 1920s. Film at the time. Film moguls produced longer, higher quality films and showed them in palatial theaters that attracted those who had previously shunned the film industry. But as filmmakers captured the middle and upper classes, they maintained working class moviegoers by blending these traditional and modern values. Cecil B. DeMille's 1923 epic The Ten Commandments, though it did depict orgiastic revelry, it still managed to celebrate a biblical story, merging these modern and traditional values. The modern value about being freer in society now, as well as the traditional value of religious stories. For those who wanted to be entertained from their homes, the radio was there for them. Radio stations started to bring shows directly to family living rooms. Radio exposed Americans to a wide range of music at this time. Jazz becomes very popular thanks to radio airplay. Jazz is a uniquely American style popularized by the African American community in New Orleans and spread primarily through radio stations and records. The New York Times at one point did ridicule jazz as savage because of its racial heritage, but the music represented cultural independence to others. As Harlem-based musician William Dixon put it, quote, "It did seem to a little boy that white people really owned everything. But that wasn't entirely true. They didn't own the music that I played." The fast-paced and spontaneity-laced tunes invited the listener to dance along. Dance parties were very popular at this time. Dance halls would host dance contests very routinely to get more and more people out, get more and more people to find that common ground between everybody, get people in one place to have a great time, and also the chance to earn or to win some money. The radio also brought sports to the consumer rather than the other way around. Play-by-play broadcasts brought the action to the people in a way that the listener could visualize what it must have been like in the ballpark. Boxing, baseball, football, both college and professional, and a little bit more popular was college football than professional football, were the most popular sports at the time. Sports stars like Babe Ruth, Jack Dempsey, Red Grange were starting to become more recognizable than President Harding or Coolidge. People viewed them as a sort of celebrity. The celebrity culture that exists today gets its beginning in the 1920s. The idea that a movie star, a sports athlete, could be more recognizable than people in government kicks off. I mean, here in the 1920s, we see that even still in our culture today, people seem to be more consumed with finding out the latest celebrity gossip rather than what is going on in the world around them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention to these notes. Have a great day.